It's very important. I mean, we've been trying to get there. I mean, I thought I had it when I had Jalen and X, and I can't think of who the other point guard we had at that time. We had a couple of them, Finney, and I think we had one more. I can't remember who that guy was. But anyway, it's, when you look at college basketball, the teams are winning in the backcourt and winning shooting the basketball. And I think we've addressed a lot of those problems, and only time will tell once we start playing to see where we are as a ball club. Yeah, but we didn't run a whole lot for Miller. Goody, we will, because the makeup of our team is totally different. I mean, we were Trace Jackson driven at that particular time early on, even though we ran more pick and rolls than we did post the ball. I mean, you guys probably don't realize that, but we did. The last 3 years, we've run more pick and rolls. But you got to have shooters around pick and rolls for it to be really effective. And so we'll do some combinations of sets, and then we'll open the court up a little bit. That's kind of how I want to play. He's doing fine. No, he can't go every day. And that's because we won't allow him to go every day. We basically are slow walking him back. But the days he's been out there, he's been pretty impressive. He's probably the best explosive athlete on our team in terms of playing above the rim. It's scary how good he is in that regard, but we just got to get him back fully healthy, and he's not there yet. Well, again, a lot of it's going to depend on if Malik can step out. And, Malik has been playing out on the floor a lot from this summer's play up until now. And can he consistently make some threes for us? If he takes 2 or 3, can he just at least make one? That's because we got enough. We're shooting a number of threes now as I speak. You guys are probably happy about that. But you still got to make them. But it will allow us, he can still play in the hole some when we take Ballo out and play some 5, and then we could really go small with Mac and Goody playing together, because they're our 2 best shooters right now in terms of shooting. But Gabe has been shooting it well, and Miles and Kanan has been scoring the ball well. So, I mean, I think we'll have enough scoring. My concern still is on the defensive end, because I just know that's where you win at a high level.
It's never really been, since you've been here, the balanced schedule that you would have been used to as a player in the Big Ten, but obviously it's about as unbalanced as it's ever been in terms of how often you play teams and who plays who, when. How do you navigate a conference where you do see so few opponents twice, and there's more travel considerations, and just things are so kind of different team to team?
It's like the NBA, man. The quicker you can get your team. I remember back in the early days when I played, we used to go west and play 6 teams. And you would struggle probably those first 2 or 3 games because you weren't acclimated to making that long travel. I think as quickly as we can get guys adjusted when we go back west, because they're going to have the same problems coming east, the quicker you can get your team to adjust on those long travels, the better you're going to be as a basketball team. And, the 18 teams is what it is now. I mean, it was 10 teams when I played. Hey, man, you got to come and play, because every team is well coached, and the talent level is off the charts, man, across the board. So, we just you can't take no nights off. It's kind of how I look at it.
Trey said that Bryson Tucker's maturity, as a freshman, has really stood out to him. Would you agree with that, or are there some ways you've seen that on or off?
Totally agree. He's kind of reminds me of Fino a little bit, in terms of his demeanor. And, I think a lot of that is because he didn't play AAU ball. Mama kept him away from it. And he just basically trained the old-fashioned way. And, it's been a nice carryover for him. Now, does he have a lot of things to learn? They all do. But boy, he's shown in an early stage right now that he belongs.
I think guys like him and a few others maybe make some like lineup flexibility more than you've had in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of flexibility. My problem now is who's going to play. We got enough talent, and it's going to be based on what you do. You got to come in. When you get put in the game, you got to play. You got to produce.
How much of that lineup construction of the early season is based on practice or is exhibition games?
No, it's practicing. We're trying different combinations. We'll have a couple tune-up games with Marion and Tennessee, which I think the Tennessee game will be a test for us because Barnes is a hell of a coach, man, and he's always put out good teams, and they'll probably be ranked this year too as well. So, he's kind of looking forward to it as well as I am, just to kind of see where our teams are.
The small ball lineup you mentioned is key day, something a lot of fans are anticipating. Have you kind of figured out kind of the tools in terms of who's going to be at the 5 or who's going to?
Not yet. We're still tinkering with that. So I have no idea at this point. And a lot of it depends on who's in foul trouble. You got to look at that as well. So.
Like you mentioned, you got so many new guys in different spots. How do you make it all work together? It's a big mystery now.
Yeah, you got to keep working, practicing, watching film, It all goes hand in hand, man. It's not easy. I mean, I did it in Atlanta and I did it in New York, and the best players will rise to the top, man, and force you to play them. And unfortunately, I can't play everybody, so got to keep competing and see who's going to play.
To push you the most, make it towards like, gosh, I got to play. He's doing A, B, and C well.
Well, I mean, again, you just play defense, rebound the ball, be unselfish offensively, help somebody else get better offensively. I mean, there's a lot of things that determines that. And practices they've been very, very competitive, man. Very competitive.
What are your thoughts right now on how much you think Barlow and Renew will be on the court at the same time?
Don't know. Only time will tell.
Barlow's not a guy that's played like more than like 25 minutes a game.
And that's plenty. He doesn't have to play 30 minutes, not on this team. So, I mean, the fact that he's only played about 25 minutes, hey, we might keep him at that number. I don't think Barlow's ever complained about one thing since he's been with us. He just wants to win.
Miles and Cannon have both talked about their ability to defend the ball 94 feet. Have you considered allowing them to kind of give that full court man pressure?
That's what we do as a team. I mean, when you lose Xavier, who was great at that, and Gabe became pretty good at it, now you got Gabe, Kanan, and Miles that can press up along with Bryson, that can allow you, and Gallo, that can allow you to move up the floor and do some things differently defensively.
When you have the roster changes that last year and this year, is there more uncertainty kind of in that first month for you going into the season?
Say that again?
When you have the roster turnover you had the last 2 seasons, in November, is there more uncertainty than you would like just about how the final spot comes up?
Well, the good thing is, you got some pieces back that you're familiar with. I don't know. Uncertainty is my thing is I just think that we got to come out blazing. We got to come out playing at a high level, and there's no reason why we shouldn't. That's kind of how I look at it. And, last year we won a lot of close games early against teams that, everybody thought we should have just blown them out of the gym. But we could have lost those games, and those guys, the Maliks and the Gallos and McKenzie, they found ways to win along with Ware. And I'm just hoping this year that we don't put ourselves in that position. We got to come out and play truly at a high level for 40 minutes each game we play.
What goes into playing a fast-paced game? Do you have to coach that? Is it a conditioning thing?
Well, conditioning plays a major role, but your style got to change a little bit too. You got to be open, and I don't like turning the ball over, but you might have experienced some turnovers, and you got to give them a little leeway, and not be so forceful because they turn it over because we're playing so fast. But that's the downside of playing fast, because you can also turn it over a lot. And
How would you compare Ballum as a rim protector compared to Trace?
He'll block shots, but not at that level like they did. Those guys, Ware was longer, Trace was more explosive. But it took them some time. I mean, again, Ballos has blocked shots. He's shown he can do that. So he's a big body that can plug the hole, and he understands defensive concepts. So I'm pretty happy about that.